Happy Wednesday, parents. Today in kindergarten, we read the story The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle, and that is the same author who wrote and illustrated The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. So good news, kind of going off of that author. Speaking of caterpillars, our caterpillars are coming tomorrow, it looks like. So that's very exciting because we weren't sure with COVID what was going to happen. And we're good. So we're getting the caterpillars tomorrow. And that's great because next week we're studying the life cycle of butterflies. Going back to reading. So a lot of times during reading class, we'll do a response to what we've read. And so today, the response, I just took my kindergarten writing journal and I opened it up and I went to my next blank page and I decided to write the life cycle of a plant. Some students decided to draw a picture of the flower. All of those things are completely acceptable. The idea was that we had just read our story, and so we were responding to what we read, like, what did we remember, or what did we learn? And so this was what I did. And then in math class, we had our very first grade prep, I suppose, and we had story problems. And it did take a little bit longer than usual to get through, but today we've also had a lot of students unmuting and wanting to show me something. And it's so hard because I want to talk to each and every child. I want everybody to show me something. I love spending that time and having students talk to me. But it does get to be a little bit difficult with so many students in our class. And so I reminded everyone, oh, we got to go back on mute. It's rough. Like, it's just rough. They don't get that attention that they crave so badly. After we finished math, we were a little bit late, so we came back at 2:10 to do writing. And I demonstrated how I could use my sight words. And these are all sight words that you see on the cards. So I can make a sentence using just my sight words and the word because. My sentence is, I can play with my cat because she will be good. All of these words are words that we sing and spell every day. And so, that should be a good jumping point for students. We've been pulling kids and checking in on them. And most of the class, when I look at our students who have mastered their sight words, I would say about 2/3 of the class has mastered their sight words. So that's amazing. Very proud of that. And again, this class, I can't brag enough, is doing excellent all around. Then when I made my sentence out of my sight words, it looked like that. I even added another sentence. I like my cat. In my story matches my picture. It's me and my cat, Mabel. And then we spent the rest of the time sharing. One thing that did happen is speaking of unmuting too much, we're trying to get to our goal of being able to write for 20 minutes without talking, without saying, I'm done. In first grade, they will be required to spend a good chunk of time silently writing, while the teacher is going around and he is checking in on students or working with small groups, working one-on-one. But the expectation is that they're quietly writing independently. And so I always say, a writer's job is never done. Add to my words, add to my picture, start a new piece. Well, after just 2 minutes, we had a friend that unmuted and said that they were done. They had already been writing before class, and so they got a head start. I reminded that child that that's great that you were writing ahead of time. However, during writing class, we all have to stay quiet. So needless to say, we did not get close to our 12-minute goal. We're trying to slowly build up to that 20 minutes. So try again tomorrow. I noticed there were a few students that were crying. I tried to remind them, don't worry about it. We're not going to cry about it. We'll just try again tomorrow. Sometimes we don't succeed the first time we try. So anyways, that was the day. I can tell we're getting to the end of the school year because the kids are just like, are we done yet? Is it time to go? I know it's long, but hang in there with us. We're all in this. We're all in this together. All right. Have a great evening. And it looks like the weather, it's starting to warm up. So hopefully your child will have some outside time today. Have a great evening.